He likes him, she likes her. They like all genders, while others like none. Coming out of the closet is a common problem that millions of people face. There are reasons why people don't often come out of the closet. The Human Rights Campaign is an organization that some of you may recognize with this organization right here, with this logo right here, I mean. The Human Rights Campaign is an organization that is working towards an America that supports equal rights for LGBT people and where they can be safe at home, work, and more. As a person that's an asexual and supports the Human Rights Campaign, I also wanted to try and reach out for those people that wanted to come out of the closet to others. Coming out of the closet has more consequences than one would expect. First, I will be talking about common problems that people face when coming out of the closet. Second, I will be talking about the causes of homophobia. And then I will be talking about solutions on how to approach this topic. Even though they're doing well in school and being productive, children are still being disowned by their families. Now, where do these children go when they have nowhere else to go? They go out in the streets, of course. Even though they are doing their best trying to please their parents, their identity makes them disowned from their own family. Rosemary Buchanan did a case study in 1995 and discovered that 20% of people were homeless, were considered, 20% of people that were homeless considered themselves as non-heterosexual. Today, as you can see in this slide right here, it increased to 40%. This, as you can see, in the first chart, first graph right there, you can see that 5% of general youth are LGBT. Most might wonder where the rest are at. They are in the rest of them are in the homeless youth population right here, as you can see with the 40%. It was also found that homeless LGBT people are not homeless by force, but also by decision. As you can see, next slide, please. Next slide. Oh, okay. All right. As you can see here, this graph, this is a bar graph from the article "Serving Our Youth" by Laura Durso and Gary Date. As you can see here, the most common factor, two major factors for people running away from home is the most common factor that why people are homeless is because they ran away from family rejection of sexual orientation or they were forced out by their parents because of their sexual orientation. Another consequence for coming out of the closet is the abuse that people face. The abuse can come in many forms. Abuse can come in your family or even in school. They can be as violent as constant bullying that students can face from school. And according to Rasmussen's Problem of Coming Out article published in 2004, teachers that are open about their sexuality even had students that skipped class or didn't even participate in their classes at all because of their beliefs. Now, why do family and classmates act like this? The most common cause of this is because of extreme views of religion. Now, as a disclaimer, not all religions see homosexuality and such as a bad thing. But, however, the people that do are considered extremists. In Janine Gramick's article, Homophobia in 1983, the reason why homosexuality is a bad thing in religion is because it's considered as a sin. Well, that is not true. Another cause of why homosexuality is considered as something different is because it's not part of the social norm. Unlike the open generation that we have today, the older generation sees homosexuality as not normal. In Whitbeck's article, the Journal of Sex Research in 2004, there are family members that even pressure and even threaten their children to not be open about their identity, or else they'll receive no support, or they'll be disowned. A common excuse that parents say about this is because they're worried about their children being open in the public. This also means that, in other words, they're also saying that they're ashamed of their own child and they can't accept their own child. There are safe measures to approaching with this topic. First things first, having a job is most important when you're planning to come out of the closet. Another way is to find a friend, either to find a friend to sleep over or to stay at their house with a family that also accepts you and your situation. While doing so, you can also call a helpline, and at the same time, you can also check out the Human Rights Campaign website and look out for guides that teach you on how to approach this topic. If you aren't able to do any of the following things, then it's best that you don't say anything at all. Just as bad as that may sound, you also have to remember that this is not fiction, so you have to be practical. Unless you're certain that your family won't attack you for who you are, you need to be sure that you are safe and independent with a job, and while doing so, you can also check out the Human Rights Campaign and see how other people were also put in the same situation. Now that I've taught you on how to approach this topic, let's wrap up. As I said before, coming out of the closet has more consequences than one would expect. First, I talked about how the consequences of coming out of the closet. Second, I talked about the causes of disownment and bullying. Then lastly, I talked about preparations on how to approach this situation. Even if your family and classmates don't accept you for who you are, just remember that there are always people that will always be there for you. And as a quote from Dave from Boy in a Band, a popular musician, just remind yourself this: if I can choose my friend and I can choose my family, if they don't accept me, then others will have me. Thank you.